Hey guys, real quick, I want to give you a heads up. The phone that I'm using to hear you guys is going in and out, so the call has been dropping. I just want to give you a heads up. Some technical difficulties that we sometimes face, probably due to the storm. But yes, we're in Sugar Land this morning, and photographer Damon Sales and I have covered our fair share of storms over the years here in Houston. So we are experts at finding a place to be safe and hunker down. We're in this little enclave, if you will, at the Strip Center, just off of US 59 and the feeder. But just to give you perspective, right now, you can't see any wind blowing up on me, but when I step out here, there's a little bit more wind. Okay, not so much as it was before you guys came to me, but we are seeing gusts of wind. The rain has been coming down, but really it's not too bad right now, which is really some good news, but it could just be a little bit of a lull because we have seen, again, as I mentioned, those bursts of heavy wind and rain, and that is definitely something that we have seen throughout the morning. I do want to tell you that I've been in contact this morning with Daniela Guzman. She lives here in Sugar Land, and she's been texting me, guys, and I want to tell you, she's sending me some information about some flooding in an area. And I'm going to pass this along just in case you live in this neighborhood. This is the Country Club Boulevard in Sugar Land, Texas, and she says it's bad between 2106 and 2110. That's Country Club along all the lakeside, and telling me that I guess the lake there, if you're familiar with that area, is filling. So you can only imagine that if that lake and that neighborhood is filling up, so too are other areas here in Sugar Land, including the Brazos River, which is just down the freeway from us here. Again, just to kind of give you perspective on where we are here in Sugar Land. If you know where the Greatwood community is, we are just north of that along the feeder. This is 59 behind me here, so we're just north of Crab River Road. And you can see, again, not too bad right now, but we really have had some terrible gusts of wind. We know that the city of Sugar Land, as well as the Fort Bend County Office of Emergency Management, have said that they're monitoring that. We did just get off the phone with the Office of Emergency Management, who tell me that they have several areas of high water. There are several areas that are also closed due to the high water and some trees down. So do be mindful of that. Again, they're asking people, and this is what we've been telling you all morning long, is just to stay off the road. This will pass, and once it passes, you'll be able to make your way out to where you need to go this morning. But again, the best word of advice from us, as well as learning this from officials across the area, is just to stay home, because again, we are hearing some of those high water reports, as well as trees down along our area roadways. So guys, we're going to continue to check out the conditions here in Sugar Land, texting back and forth with Daniela. She's giving me some good information from her neighborhood. Once we have any new information, of course, we'll pass it along to you. Guys, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
TJ, before we let you go, do you know if first responders have had to make any water rescues? I know there's vehicles that were stuck in the water. Do you know of any rescues or anybody that needed extra help to get out of those vehicles?
Yeah, so I got off the phone with the Fort Bend Office of Emergency Management maybe within the past 30 minutes or so, and they did not mention that over the phone. They gave me a long list of different areas that I'm not going to go off, not going to list off now, but just all over the county. But they did not mention any water rescue, so that is the good news. You mentioned that, though. We have seen a lot of first responders, as well as Sugar Land police, since we're in Sugar Land, drive by here on the feeder this morning. So they're obviously keeping a track and touring around the city to make sure they don't have to do that. But again, the best piece of advice this morning from those folks is just to stay home and off the roads.
And I do believe a lot of folks are listening and staying off the roads. Thank you, TJ, for that live report for us from Sugar Land.